Hello everyone. So today we're going to look at the exponent rules. So in mathematics, we have certain rules that we need to follow. So when we're talking about exponential, we're talking about powers. I think this is how you understand it better, how we always refer to it as. So with the exponential, we have certain rules that we need to follow. So they're about or five, seven rules that you must follow, and these rules we're going to apply it as we're going along. So the rule number one is zero rule. So with the zero rule, we know that any number raised or else anything raised to the power of zero is equal to one. So in this example, I'm going to use the letters. So if we say a to the power of zero, it's automatically one. So that's rule number one. Any number, whether you raise 100 to the power of zero, it's always one. And then we also have what we call a product rule. Okay, so let's look at the example of a product rule to the power of m times a to the power of n. Okay, so let's assume that you are required to simplify this a to the power of m times a to the power of n. In this situation, you need to add the numerator. So when you are multiplying exponents, right, you need to add the powers. So in short, this will also be written as a to the power of m plus n. Okay, so you need to add the powers. And then we also have what we call a quotient rule. So with the quotient rule, we are looking at dividing the exponential. So let's use exactly the same example. Probably it's a to the power of m divided by a to the power of n. So in this scenario, when you are dividing the exponents, you must minus the powers. So it's going to be a to the power of m minus n. If these were numbers, we could have get an answer. So for example, 2 to the power of 3 divided by 2 to the power of 2. Then we could just say, let me just use it as an example, 2 to the power of 3 divided by 2 to the power of 2. This will give us 2 to the power of 1. Why? Because 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. So let's move on to the next one that it says power of a product, right? Let's assume that we have A, B. Remember, when you're talking about a product, it's a multiplication, A times B, right? And these two are also raised to the power of m, right? So these can also be written as a to the power of m and b to the power of m. Okay, so that's what we say on the power of product rule. And we also have what we call a power of a quotient. So with the power of a quotient, it means that there is also division involved. Probably is a divided by b to the power of m. Then this could be exactly the same as a to the power of m over b to the power of m. Okay, so that's the power of a quotient. We also have what we call a power of a power. So for example, a to the power of m and outside brackets to the power of n. Then this can also be written as a to the power of m n. Then you just need to multiply the n inside in order for you to remove the brackets. Then we also have what we call a negative quotient. Okay, so I don't have space. Let's just assume that, okay, let me just put the negative quotient. Okay, so with the negative quotient, let's just assume that probably we have a to the power of minus m, right? So you need also to simplify this. So any number raised to the power negative, you can convert it into positive by saying 1 over that number to the power of m. So you can get rid of the minus through that. You see that that will help us when we're doing our equations, when we're doing all other activities. We'll come back to these rules. That's the reason why I am giving you the rules now. Like, for example, if it's a to the power of minus m, can also be simplified as 1 over a to the power m. That's how you get rid of the negative sign. Then we also have a fraction exponent. So with the fraction exponent, let's just assume that probably we said a to the power of m over n, right? This can be simplified as nth root of a to the power of m, right? So this can also be exactly the same. Like, for example, if you say 7 to the power of 2/3, right, can also be written as third root of 7 squared. Did we learn something? Did we learn something? Okay, so please keep these rules safe as we're going to start using them in the next video. Please just press like and subscribe in order for you to see our videos. Thank you.